Just like a badminton player has a set of skills they need to develop to be a good player, technique, tactical awareness, physical strength, etc., a good coach should also have a set of skills. So in this video, we're going to discuss 4 skills that we think every coach should have. But even if you're not a coach, this video will hopefully help you improve lots of different areas of life, whether that's on or off the court. So there's something for everyone to learn.
Our first tip is to really understand that every player is different, and you therefore may need to alter your approach depending on each individual player to get the absolute best out of them. And this is also relevant to playing doubles with different partners. Let's start by explaining what we mean with a non-badminton example. On the Netflix documentary, The Last Dance, it shows how coach Phil Jackson really understood Michael Jordan and knew that he only wanted to win. But basketball is a team sport, and Phil knew he couldn't win on his own, despite how good he was. So rather than letting Michael just try and score as much as he could, Phil spoke to him and empowered him to become a leader and made him realise that he needed his team to win more matches. Doing this led Michael to start pushing his teammates to get better in every session, and this meant they could collectively get the ball to Michael more, score more points, and go on to win 6 NBA Finals for the Chicago Bulls.
Now, another example within badminton is when me and Greg are playing mixed together in a tournament, and we respond to different types of coaching from the coach at the back of the court. So for Greg, he prefers more direct points, like "move your feet, Greg," whereas I prefer more motivational and encouraging types of direction from the coach. So a good coach would know this and understand these different needs. If a coach is shouting at me to move more from the back of the court, then I might not respond well to this and maybe actually play worse. And this is where communication comes into it, which is probably a separate skill, but we'll include it in here for now. Communication is essential to be able to understand your players and making them feel valued and like you care for them. And if a player feels like they're being listened to and respected, then they'll almost always respond positively and follow anything you say. As Benjamin Franklin says in his famous quote, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn."
Communication is a huge topic in itself and probably one for another video. Now, the final part of understanding your players is really understanding why they are there and what their motivators are. Although it sometimes may not seem like it, most people play because they enjoy it, so you need to remember this in how you deliver your coaching. And you should also be coaching because you enjoy it, which leads us on to our next point.
A great coach needs to have enthusiasm and passion, but this has to be real passion. You can't fake it, otherwise players will see straight through it. We like the 2 phrases, "no passion, no point," and "don't care, shouldn't be there." That second one is a bit silly, but in general, yes, we are huge believers in doing things that you love and that excite you. And if you're a passionate and enthusiastic coach, then you'll get the buy-in from the players and they'll be more likely to trust you. If you're coaching like this, then the players won't be connected to you and you won't inspire them to improve. If you don't enjoy it and have this passion, even if you're earning a living by coaching, we'd suggest finding something else you are passionate about, if you can. Another phrase we like is, "find something you love and you'll never work another day in your life."
The third skill is to be curious and always learning. This is probably one of the most overlooked parts of being a coach, understanding that you don't know it all and you can always be learning to add to your existing knowledge. You don't know what you don't know because you just don't know. Get it? Think of it like this. If you only ever have 2 pieces of advice as a coach, then you'll only be able to speak about these 2 things. But think about how much you could share if you learnt 2 new things every week. Not only would you improve as a coach, but your players would exponentially improve as well. The more new information you take on and the more you learn, the more you'll be able to share with your players, and the more likely they'll be able to improve as a result. It's not just about learning technical and tactical detail too. It can be learning to communicate better or learning about match flow and momentum. And having this curiosity and desire to continually learn isn't just a tip to become a better coach, it will also help you become a better player and also help you in life in general. And if you're wondering how you can get started with this learning, we have lots of suggestions. Listen to podcasts, read books and articles, ask questions to other coaches, or reach out to players. You'll be surprised how many people are happy to spend 5 minutes helping you. And we'll include some links to some of our favourite podcasts and books that we've learned a lot from in the description below. Curiosity and learning also includes reflection. Good coaches will spend time analysing after each session. They'll ask themselves what they did well and what they could have done better. Could they have communicated more effectively to get the best out of a player? Or could they have been more enthusiastic? Or maybe they could have even taught a new skill in a more clear and concise way. And this brings us on to our last skill of an effective coach.
This is sport-specific expertise. To be a badminton coach, you need to know badminton. To be a football coach, you need to know football. To be a maths teacher, you need to know maths. You can't fake the knowledge if you want to be a great coach. But first, you need to understand where you are on the scale of relative expertise. Are you currently a beginner, intermediate, or advanced coach? This is where it can actually be an advantage to be a beginner coach. You know that you're a beginner, so you're asking lots of questions and trying to soak up information like a sponge. Whereas if you're an advanced coach, you sometimes assume that you're a master and that you know everything, so you stop trying to learn. And this is where we link back to our third skill of curiosity and learning. You don't know what you don't know because you just don't know. And finally, when you're coaching, you need to know why you're doing something. For example, we often see badminton coaches feeding brainless routines with no real purpose. This might be because they don't have the passion to really develop that player, or they just haven't learnt yet that hitting loads of shuttles or tiring them out doesn't always help them improve. In this sport-specific expertise, you need to learn how to deliver effective training sessions and periods of training for different ages and abilities. Now, this is by no means everything you need to know to be a great coach. There's lots more. But these 4 skills are just what we deem to be some of the most important. Now remember, having sport-specific knowledge is only a small part of being a great coach, but this is often what people solely focus on. Hopefully, as we've shown, the remaining parts of being a great coach are transferable across other sports or industries, from a badminton coach to a football coach to a maths teacher.
So to recap, you need to understand your players, have passion and enthusiasm, be curious and always trying to learn, and finally to have sport-specific expertise. And if you want to go away and continue your learning and you're curious as to what professional players do in their training, then head to our website and check out some of our resources like our 27 multi-feed programs, nutrition class or 4 Badminton-Specific Weights Programmes. We'll include a link in the description below for you. If you've enjoyed this video, please do let us know in the comments below, as we'd love to share more of our coaching philosophies with you in the future. And lastly, don't forget to give the video a like, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you on another video. Communication. Communication. Why they're there? Why they're there? Why they are there? That was good until that. Communication is communication. Come on. Why they're there? What? Done it again. It's going to be bloopers. Why they're there.
Oh my God.
Now the final part, what am I doing there? I had a meltdown. Come on.